All right, we are back like a bad rash for daily 7. We're looking at percent equations. We're going to look at literal percent equations, where I'm going to write down exactly what I'm told word for word. I'm going to have 3 key values that are going to help me set up these equations that I will solve. The 3 key words, first is the word what, which in math, if I don't know what something is, I call it x, a variable. Is means equals. Then the word of means to multiply, so times. Put a little dot here, which of course means multiply. There are 3 types of these equations, and we're going to have 2 examples of each type. So 6 regular kind of word problems, and we're going to look at some specific calculations in some scenarios. So example 1, we have what percent of 72 is 18? So I'm going to look, the first word is what. Again, what means x. I'm going to put down x. Percent, not on my list, so I'm going to keep reading. Of times 72. 72 is equals 18. Again, my goal is to solve for the given variable. To get x alone, I'll undo multiplying by 72, so I'll divide by 72. So x will equal 18 over 72. That is 0.25. And I just want to write that as a percent, so 25%. Hopefully that is straightforward there. Example 2, I am going to take 75%. I need to make that a usable number, so 0.75 of times what? X is equals 48. To get x alone, I'll undo multiplying by 0.75 with dividing by 0.75 on both sides. 48 divided by 0.75, I believe, is a Nintendo 64. We'll just confirm it. 48 divided by 0.75 is a good bingo 64. Again, if you can put the right pieces into the right place to set up the equations, you're going to be in a great spot. 3, these are the nice ones. What is x equals 250% as a decimal is 2.5 of times 14. So 2.5 times 14, I believe, is 35. Confirmed. So 35 would be 250% of 14. That's the 3 types. We'll take a look at one more of each. What percent of 80 is 48? So what x percent nothing of times 80 is equals 48. Again, dividing by 80. 48 divided by 80. I believe, I want to say it's 0.6. It is crazy. So that as a percent would be 60%. Are we having fun yet? Booyah. 5 you might be able to do in your head. What is x equals 50%, 0.5 of times 26? Well, 0.5 half, I can even do this one in my head. Half of 26 is a lucky 13. Is it Friday the 13th? Nope. 6. 25%, 0.25 of times what x is equals 92. So undo multiplying, I'll divide both sides by 0.25. 92 divided by 0.25. Dividing by 0.25, a fourth, is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal, 4 over 1. So I believe it's 368. 92 divided by 0.25, 368. Lovely. Here we're going to take a look at 2 situational word problems here. And we need to make sure we have the right percent and quantity that are describing the same scenario. So on 7, we have 35% of the student body enjoyed. So 35% of students. That is my enjoyers. And I'm told that 336 total students enjoyed their math class. So I need to write an equation to figure out how large is the student body. Well, so I'd say 35% of the students, so 0.35 of times the students, I don't know the total number of students, equals the number that enjoyed. I do know the number of students that enjoyed math class, 336. So I'm going to go 0.35 times the total, which I don't know, will equal 336. So to find the total number of students, I'll divide by 0.35. This one I'm going to scratch and sniff on a little here, just like those good stickers. 336 divided by 0.35. I'm at 960 total students. All right, 8. This one we have to think the complement, the opposite of what we're told here, because we are given that 62% of the residents agreed. With the new law, and then 3,496 disagreed. And we want to figure out how many residents live in the city. Well, if 62% agreed with the law, 100% would be everybody, so 100 minus 62 would equal 38% disagreed. So since I now know the percent and quantity that disagreed with the law, I can find the total number of residents. So I'm going to say 0.38, 38% of the residents equaled the number that disagreed. I don't know the total number of residents, so 0.38x will equal 3496 dividing by 0.38. Let's crunch and munch. 3496 divided by 0.38. That'll equal 9,200. So 9,200 total residents. Great. Last part today, you can probably do this in your sleep, finding the percent of change going from a starting value to an ending value. I'm just going to compute new minus old divided by old times 100. Just make sure when you're crunching this out, you take new minus old equals divided by old equals times 100 equals. So 50 is my old, my starting value. 75 is the new value, the ending value. So to find the percent of change, I'm going to go 75 minus 50, new minus old divided by old, which is 50. That'll give me a decimal. And then I'll multiply by 100 to make it a percent. So I'm going to go 75 minus 50, 25 over 50 times 100. 25 over 50 is 0.5. 0.5 times 100 would be 50%. So I'd have a 50% change. Since it's positive, that means indicates an increase. I don't have to write 50% increase. If I just write positive 50%, that implies an increase. Here, I'm going from 100 miles away down to 70. So I'm going to go 70 minus 100 divided by 100 and then times 100. So 70 minus 100 is negative 30 over 100 times 100. That gives me negative 0.3 times 100, negative 30%. Since I have a negative 30%, that means it's a 30% decrease. All right, little golfing example. We're 150 yards away. Now we duff one and we're only 125 yards away. I get down on my hands and knees and pray about this one a little bit. So my new value 125 minus old 150 divided by old 150 times 100. Boom goes the dynamite. So we got 125 minus 150 divided by 150 and then times 100. This one, negative 16.6 repeating percent. You can round that for sure to negative 17 if you'd like. Either way, I am groovy with. Two more. We're making big bucks, 80,000 to 100,000. So we got new, old, 100,000, new, minus, old, divided by old, times 100. Crunch it out, you should get a positive 25% increase. Last one, this one's a little crazy. Here's my new. Boom goes the dynamite. There's my old. So I'm going to go new 20 minus old divided by old times 100. 20 minus 4 is 16 over 4 times 100. So 4 times 100, believe it or not, is a 400% change. Crazy. Thanks much. Blow it up. Have a great day.